The future's gone old school with What Happened on My Universe Mode! It's NXT! And for a change, NXT has fireworks because it's old school week and this is the original NXT arena from back in the day. We were in Worcester, Massachusetts with a lovely big main event for you, but before that we opened the show with EC3, Ethan Carter III. He was taking on the Velveteen Dream. Opening offense went to EC3 with a backbreaker. He sent Velveteen Dream to the outside and gave him a shin breaker. Don't know what difference that made on the outside. He then put him back in the ring and got an elbow to the face for his troubles. Velveteen Dream then took control. The Dream gave EC3 a T-bone suplex followed by a jackhammer and he carried on. EC3 got up and got a super kick in the face. The Velveteen Dream then nailed EC3 with a cool looking DDT followed by an even cooler looking Death Valley driver. He got up on the top rope, gave him his finishing elbow drop, went for the pin, and just like in real life, EC3 jobbed out. And after the match, EC3 wanted to shake hands with the Velveteen Dream, but it was all a ruse. EC3 instead gave the Velveteen Dream a huge kick to the balls, and we moved on to our next match. Tag team action now, as the Undisputed Era members of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, accompanied by Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, took on the team of Shane Thorne, Nick Miller, TM61. The match began with Shane Thorne catching a Kyle O'Reilly kick, then giving O'Reilly a kick of his own. He tagged into his partner. We got some split leg double teamless before Nick Miller gave a clothesline but then got reversed. O'Reilly capitalised with a forearm, gave a horrific looking driver to Nick Miller, then tagged into Bobby Fish. They gave a knee each and then we got some suplex double teamless. Bobby Fish gave a Falcon Arrow to Nick Miller and then an awesome looking belly to belly. Following that we got some more Undisputed Era tandem offense double teamless with a double kick, and then Kyle O'Reilly gave a horrible looking super kick to Nick Miller and a horrible looking brainbuster, and after that it was time to finish them off. Undisputed Era hitting their finisher and getting the pin, and Shane Thorne tried to get involved but Kyle O'Reilly made sure he couldn't. Following the match, O'Reilly and Fish attacked Shane Thorne, who was tending to his tag team partner. They then continued the offense on Nick Miller and ended up throwing him out the ring, and they celebrated like the dirty heels they are. We move on to our next match, and it's another one of those matches where we get a singles match as part of the tag feud, as Razor, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain, went one-on-one with Connor of the Ascension. Connor, it seems, was about to unleash the fury as he sprinted down to the ring to a beckoning Razor. He gave him a takedown and then started beating on the Authors of Pain member's head. Eventually, Razor was able to push away Connor and we could actually get this match started. Connor began by Irish whipping Razor into the corner and then hitting a corner attack before giving him a belly-to-belly suplex. He went for another move, but Razor was able to reverse and instead hit a Lufez press, giving him a few beatings on the way down. Razor was now in control. He hit a falling headbutt, then threw Connor into the corner hard. After a choke toss suplex, kind of like what Bray Wyatt does, he went for another move, but Connor was able to reverse with an arm ring and a shoulder butt. He then hit an exploder and a huge looking powerbomb on Razor. Connor continued with the offense, nailing a flapjack and then finishing it all off with a full Nelson slam. 1, 2, 3, and Razor was defeated. Connor gets a bit of advantage for the Ascension in the tag team title feud. Before we moved on to the next match, there was a little bit of promo time to fill, and Lars Sullivan decided to fill it. First off, he said that the crowd were half-witted sheep. He then stated that he was pissed off and the world is not a safe place when he's angry. Sullivan then moved on to his actual point, and that's that it was time for management to give him the title opportunity he rightfully earned, and that he's one tough son of a bitch, and when he gets his opportunity, he will take that championship. He then skulked off looking weird and went backstage as we headed on to our next match. This time it was women's action as Nia Jax was due to take on Peyton Royce, but before Nia Jax even got to the ring, Royce turned up and ran in front of her before trying to give her a crossbody, which was then reversed by Jax. Nia then lifted up Peyton Royce for a gorilla press slam on the outside, but that was also reversed, with Peyton Royce getting a sunset flip instead. She hit a Hurricane Rana, then threw Nia Jax into several things including barricade and steps before getting another Hurricane Rana. Following the second Hurricane Rana, Peyton Royce made her way to the ring, and once Nia joined her, Peyton Royce gave her a dropkick, then dragged her face along the ropes. We thought Nia Jax had got back into it when she caught a Peyton Royce kick, but instead Royce hit an enziguri, then a running crossbody, and then followed that up with 3 suplexes, the third being a fisherman suplex, but instead of hanging on for the pin, she dragged her over to the ropes and put her feet on the ropes for a dirty pin, and that was enough to win the match. Peyton Royce celebrated, and we moved on to our NXT main event, which saw the #1 contender for the NXT title, Aleister Black, go 1-on-1 with Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid went for a punch to start with, but Aleister Black caught it and gave Sid an awesome looking combo instead. He then followed that up with an ace crusher and an acai moonsault. He went for another strike, but this time Sid caught it and gave him a knee and a big clothesline. Sid pounded on the face of Aleister Black, then drove that face into the mat several times, but that face was then used to reverse out with a jawbreaker, and he didn't stay in the advantage for too long though. Aleister Black's kick caught and Sid gave him another clothesline. Psycho Sid attempted to make Aleister Black submit with a nerve hold, but it would prove to be his downfall as Aleister Black reversed out of it and then gave Sid the blackout rush combo. He then pointed at Sid and gave him a nasty looking knee to the head. Black went for another kick, but once again Sid caught it and clotheslined him down again. Sid then lifted him up for a powerbomb, drove him to the mat, went for the pin, but #PressLB for resiliency. Black then stopped Sid's comeback move in its tracks and gave him a black mass straight to the face, went for the pin, and Aleister Black was victorious against Psycho Sid. After the match, Samoa Joe's music started playing before Aleister Black could even start celebrating. Black waited for him to turn up, but it turns out Samoa Joe was going to sneak attack him from behind and leave him laying. And that will do for another edition of What Happened on My Universe Mode 205 Live. Next, like and subscribe.